Chapter 170. Boarding the ship. Although Wuxia was among the upper class, among the true disciples of the 10,000 Buddhist sect, he ended up dying in the Nine Heavens illusion realm, but he didn't want the ice heart skill to be lost. So he left behind a will, his own relics, in the hope that someone with a destiny would help him return this heart method to the 10,000 Buddhist sect. This relic of his was passed down for thousands of years in the Nine Heavens mirage realm, before it was finally caught in a spatial rift, and was obtained by a disciple of the Heavenly Tao sect in the battlefield of righteousness and demons, and it was finally passed down hundreds of times before it landed in Wang Fei's hands. I didn't expect there to be such a story. If there is a chance, I will help you fulfill your heart's desire, as a way to repay your favor, Kang Chon said in his heart. Although he didn't know this voodoo, but the other party had left behind a relic that had helped him a lot. This favor must be repaid when he had the chance. Seemingly hearing Kang Chon's assurance, that will finally relieved itself and turned into dots of light, disappearing into nothingness. Kang Chon silently watched this scene. The road of cultivation is always full of crisis. Even the strongest of the divine separation stage and the ensemble stage are in danger of falling. So what is this cultivation for? Kang Chon gently sighed, then continued to comprehend the ice heart skill. Worthy of being one of the three supreme heart techniques of the 10,000 Buddhist sect, the ice heart skill was marvelous and infinite, countless times stronger than the heart-fixing mantra that was passed on to him by that emperor of Dan. This heart technique had three main effects. 1. It stabilized the mind and prevented all demons from invading. Secondly, enhancing enlightenment. Even if someone with ordinary qualifications cultivated the ice heart technique, they would be no less than a genius soon after. And once a genius cultivated the ice heart technique, they would become even more of a genius. Thirdly, it enhances intention, will, and exercises mental cultivation. Whichever of these three effects was what Kang Chon desperately needed. How could he not be excited? With this ice heart skill, his future cultivation path would be much smoother. Emperor Dan was also full of envy after he learnt about the ice heart skill. Kid, you are too lucky to have been given the ice heart skill. This is the supreme heart method of the 10,000 Buddha sect. But you kid, don't be happy too early. This kind of heart method of 10,000 Buddhas sect will never be spread out. You can't let the people of 10,000 Buddhas sect know, unless one day you reach that hegemonic level. Otherwise it's still a good idea to keep it a secret until then. This I know, even if I have to return it to the 10,000 Buddha sect, I won't go out on my own. Kang Chon nodded his head and said, he was not an idiot. He wouldn't go out in a big way to return it to the 10,000 Buddha sect. That wouldn't be looking for death. You really think that Buddhist disciples don't kill? Then they will tell you that when the great Buddha is angry, he will ambush millions of corpses. Kang Chon wouldn't be that idiotic. After cultivating in the stone house for a month, Kang Chon was called out by Jin San Chao for the simple reason that several acquaintances had also come to Mordor Island. This was the third batch of young geniuses that came to Mordor Island. Among them were Zhao Linga, Lei Yun, Shen Tuji, Wu Gang, and a host of other acquaintances from the Great Tang country. Among them, Lei Yun and the others who had befriended Kang Chon rushed to join him after hearing Kang Chon's deed of beheading Yen Yun. Little white boy, you're doing well. However, this young lady is more imposing than you. I have a group of people under me now, so how about you come and be a big leader under me? Don't say that this miss didn't take care of you, Zhao Linga said smugly. Kang Chon was speechless as he listened. The situation this girl encountered was similar to his, but this girl was even more powerful than him. She directly beat the gang of young jungles into submission and took them in as little brothers. No, a group of hundreds of people came in great numbers. Several other people are also in a good situation. Lei Yun is very powerful in the Jidan stage space and have a strange encounter. At this moment, the cultivation has been promoted to the 8th layer of the Jidan stage. Even if they meet the strongest person on the submerged dragon list, they can also fight. Liu Suifeng and Huo Xiangrong, to people were very lucky, not only appeared in the same place, but also directly descended on an unnamed island. They learnt about the method to Mordor Island at the first time. Just to gather, people waited for quite a long time, and were among the people who came to Mordor Island after Zhaolinga. Holy shit, you guys are also too lucky. Why is this young man so unlucky? Jin Sanshao heard the crowd's respective experiences, and then thought about his own miserable experience, and immediately wanted to cry without tears. Haha, Lei Yun, Huonyong and the others also learnt about Jin Sanshao's encounter from Kang Chon and couldn't help but laugh out loud. Shit, you guys can still laugh. How inhuman. Jin Sanshao glared at the crowd. Liu Suifeng snickered. We're fine. If you want to be jealous, you should still be jealous of Lei Yun. This guy has unknowingly broken through another realm. His luck is truly heaven-defying. Yes, Big Head Lei, your luck is also too good, breaking through a realm in just 2 months. It's impossible. Jin Sanshao was surprised. Kang Chon was also very curious. Lei Yun smiled faintly and said, I killed a strong person on the subterranean dragon ranking, and got a 3 transformation golden pill from him, so I directly broke through to the 8th level of the Jidan stage. I'm still considered good. Kang Chon's rate of progress is only fast. It's only been 2 short months, and he's broken through 2 realms in a row. He's a pervert. Can't be compared. The crowd said in unison his words. Kang Chon couldn't help but touch his nose in depression. Che, this young lady knows someone who's even better than the little white boy. Zhaolinga came over at this time and said thievishly, Are you talking about you? We all know you're awesome, alright. Jin Sanshao didn't wait for Zhaolinga to finish her sentence. Then he said in a rude manner, he knew that this little girl was going to be narcissistic again. Third fatty, you dare to say that again? Zhaolinga instantly glared at her little face and raised her little fist with a threatening face. Jin Sanshao instantly shrunk his neck, almost forgetting that this little ancestor couldn't be offended, or else even if he died he would have to worry about the coffin board being lifted. Zhaolinga didn't pay attention to Jin Sanshao and said to the crowd, This young lady met that Shen Taji on Nameless Island. This guy wasn't willing to be my subordinate, so he left on his own. I just saw that he came to Mordor Island all covered in blood, and his cultivation has unexpectedly reached the 9th level of the Jidan stage. What? This is impossible. The crowd was shocked at the words. Kang Chon was also surprised. Obviously, Shen Taji had been driven out of Nameless Island by Zhaolinga, but this guy had killed his way to the End Island all by himself based on his strength, and his cultivation had broken through to the 9th level of the Jidan stage. I'm afraid it's true. I just saw a familiar blood-colored silhouette with a back that resembles him, Lei Yun said in a deep voice. The crowd was shocked. This Shen Taji had such strength. Did he have some kind of strange encounter? Kang Chon couldn't help but think of Li Yuanba, whom he met not long ago. That guy even reached the 9th level of the Jidan stage realm as well. It seems that there are many strange encounters in this Jidan stage space, which can enhance the cultivation of the crowd. I didn't expect that Guy Li Yuanba to also advance to the 9th level of the Jidan stage. The heavens really didn't open their eyes. Jin Sanshao had a face of grief. Lei Yun also sighed. He had thought that breaking through the 8th level of the Jidan stage realm would be enough to rank on the subterranean dragon ranking, but now it seemed that there was still a lot stronger than him. Kang Chon, Sanshao, do you guys know how to get to the Yuanying stage space? Half a minute later, Liu Suifeng asked, and the others also looked curious. Kang Chon then told them the news brought by Jin Sanshao. The crowd was amazed after hearing it, and Lei Yun said, Since that's the case, we'll stay here for now and wait until the ship arrives. Then we'll head to the entrance of the Yuanying space together." The crowd nodded at his words. With the arrival of Lei Yun and the others, the place where Kang Chong resided was suddenly bustling with noise, especially Zhao Linga. This girl had brought hundreds of her men, enough to build hundreds of stone houses. The momentum was very great. She had now completely become a big sister, and was well known and above Mordor Island. Lei Yun, Liu Suifeng, Hua Wanyong, and the others learnt that Kang Chon, Shen Taji, Li Yuanba, and these people had enhanced their cultivation by so much, so they made vigorous efforts and had been cultivating in seclusion. Jin San Xiao was even more frantic in his cultivation. He swore that even if he couldn't compare to Kang Chon, he must catch up with Lei Yun, or else where would he put his name as one of the four masters of the imperial capital? Time passed like this bit by bit. In the blink of an eye, it was half a month, and there were more and more young masters on the island of Mordor. On this day, Kang Chon woke up from his cultivation. He was full of excitement, as the Dan Emperor told him that the 3 turns golden pill had finally been refined, which meant that his cultivation could be raised by another layer. "Kid, the effect of the 3-turn golden pill refined by the old man is definitely much better than the one you took. Your cultivation has already risen to the late 7th layer of the Jidan stage after the last epiphany. Maybe this time break through to the 9th layer of the Jidan stage in one fell swoop." Emperor Dan told Kang Chon an exciting news. "If I reach the 9th level of the Jidan stage, what do I have to fear in the middle of this heavenly Dao demon ceiling list?" Kang Chon smiled with excitement. He couldn't wait to take out that 3rd transformation Golden Dan. Then he took a deep breath and took it. And immediately a wave of pure energy erupted in his body. At once, Kang Chon's spirit was shaken. It was just as the Dan Emperor had said. This 3rd transformation golden pill was indeed different from the 3rd transformation golden pill that he had taken before. The energy stored in it was more than twice as thick, worthy of being the Dan Emperor. The Dan Dao Patriarch of 1,000 years ago was different. I'm afraid that nowadays, there are not many alchemists like the Dan Emperor that can be found in the cultivation world. 8th level of the Jidan stage. Give me a breakthrough. Along with the burst of energy from this 3rd transformation Golden Dan, Kang Chon felt that the true essence in his body reached a kind of limit, and he couldn't help but let out a loud shout. And instantly, the door to the 8th level of the Jidan stage was broken through. This was a brand new realm, the 8th level of the Jidan stage. Both the quantity and quality of true essence had increased by as much as 10 times. Kang Chon's strength had instantly increased by a lot. Now he felt like he could defeat a strong person on the subterranean dragon ranking like Yin Yun with a single punch. Even strong people within the top 20 of the subterranean dragon ranking were rarely his opponents. His current strength could be completely ranked in the top 10 of the subterranean dragon ranking. What a powerful force, but it's not over yet. Kang Chon's eyes revealed an excited light. There was still a lot of energy left in this 3rd transformation Golden Dan after it helped him break through the 8th layer of the Jidan stage again. Not long after his cultivation, he reached the middle of the 8th layer of the Jidan stage, and then broke through the late 8th layer of the Jidan stage. At this time, the energy of the 3 transformation Golden Dan was only consumed most of the time, but that last part of the energy still helped him reach the peak of the 8th layer of the Jidan stage in one fell swoop, and was only one step away from being able to enter the 9th layer of the Jidan stage. The peak of the 8th level of the Jidan stage, only half a step away from the final step of the Jidan stage. For the first time, Kang Chon felt so close to the Yuanying stage, and his heart was filled with excitement and thrill. He believed that after he worshipped the Heavenly Dao sect, it wouldn't be long before he could be promoted to the Yuanying stage, and by then he would also be a Yuanying stage powerhouse. Kang Chon, the boat is coming. Come out quickly. Little white boy, the boat is coming. If you don't come out, This lady will leave you behind. Brother Kang Tian. Not long after Kang Tian broke through to the 8th level of the Jidan stage, the voices of Zhao Linga, Jin Sanchao and the others came from outside the house. Not far from Mordor Island, on the sea, a huge ship slowly appeared, and the entire Mordor Island was suddenly startled into a clamor. With young talents everywhere, all of them heading towards that one huge ship with their swords. There is no impermeable wall in this world. With the loss of time, the news of the entrance to the Yuanying stage has been known by everyone. After all, the first group of people who stayed on the island of the end of the day, not only Jin Sanchao one person. There are also a lot of people who failed to capture the ship. A few of them spread the news, gradually making everyone know.